China's green technology has been put on the spotlight at the 2017 Sustainable Innovation Expo in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. The Sustainable Innovation Expo opened Sunday as the first ever held by the United Nations Environment Programme. On display are technologies and solutions by 40 outstanding innovation-oriented enterprises from around the world. 1/10 of the exhibitors are from China, here to show or share their knowledge in low-carbon growth, eco-restoration and green travel. The most outstanding technologies and solutions will be awarded with the UNEP Champions of the Earth titles.
We are delighted to find a big portion is from China. This demonstrates China has tracked substantial progress in green innovation, and Chinese enterprises are more mobilized to go global to boost sustainable development and green transformation. On the one hand, this is a contribution to the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. It also injects new vitality into the cooperation between China and countries along the Belt and Road, especially African and developing countries.
And to carry on with the Going Green conversation, I'm joined in the studio by Otula Awor. He is an environmentalist. Otula, thank you for your time this afternoon. So this year's theme is a pollution-free planet. How possible is this?
Well, it's the only way forward. It's a good theme because if you have something less than that, it will be a disaster. Because as you already know, we have big powers who already do not believe in reducing pollution, particularly industrial pollution. And they don't even believe in climate change. And when you have this going on, like with the United States, you need this kind of theme, pollution-free. If you say 70%, 50%, you open Pandora's box. Others will say we have not reached our 50%. So the theme is good. And UNEP, when used to be my beat when I was young, when it was starting in the 80s, and the same ideology I used to hear that climate change and pollution is a conspiracy against technologically advanced Western world has come back with conservatives. And fortunately, you have to say we have other powers that have come up in terms of technology, which means there's still way forward to reducing pollution.
Has Africa done its part, or is it playing its role in as far as environmental conservation is concerned? Well,
Africa has played its part, although Africa has also been a victim of very many things, including policies that do not reflect their capacity to attain certain goals. But if you take an example, Kenya recently banned plastic bags, which was a bold move for a poor country where the only important basket or container people have could be plastics. But it is a bold move. The only thing we need, which is also good, is technology for alternative products and services. We have all sorts of papers, good policies, but Africa needs to focus on the technology that is needed to conserve the environment and change a number of things. And I'm glad that this year we have exhibitions instead of just talking on papers, because people need solutions. And Africa still needs to be sensitized on the importance of science and technology and industrialization. Homegrown, we often mistake importation of products to be development. And there's a lot of room for that. And the continent's main problem is air, land, as you know, and water. And the air, Africa's biggest problem is indoor pollution, using firewood, charcoal, all these. And WHO estimates that maybe up to 600,000 die from indoor pollution, while they link outdoor pollution, air pollution, to less than a third of that, which means that we still need clean energy and solar, wind, and we also need to improve the quality of our waters, the water pollution.
And going back to the assembly, what are the main areas the delegates there should focus on?
Well, the delegates definitely need to focus on the need to reduce pollution. They need to focus on which is going on to bring technologies that can minimize pollution, like in urban areas. The automobile industry can easily change. Or already there are countries that will stop use of hydrocarbons in automobiles in some 20 years' time, some 10 years' time. So this is the direction which the world should take, particularly reduction of automobile pollution and industrial pollution. And there's technology, which a conference like this will help countries acquire these technologies and help themselves reduce pollution, which in Nairobi, if you take, for example, there's a lot of pollution during traffic jams, but also we have vehicles that just literally spew out smoke and dust. Although African delegates tend to have a broader definition of pollution, to include land degradation and all that, and water, all those things. But we need to be a bit more aggressive in acquiring technology and getting the real work done. But there are some positive moves which you can't just write off. We have ministries of conservation dealing with all these issues, but they need a little bit more practical support.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
We had here in studio Otula Owur.